Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Have you been told by your physician that your testosterone level is fine, but you don't feel fine? Get a second opinion. If your testosterone level is 200, 350, even 500, and you still have symptoms, come to Limitless Male. We treat the person and the symptoms, not the number. Our mission is for you to feel optimal again. So if you're tired all the time, no energy, brain fog, muscle loss, nothing left in the tank, get your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? Happy Monday on this Jury Monday. This is Old School, Jay Foreman, DP Austin Norman. We're coming at you live from 1040 O Street. We are brought to you by the Mercado, Certified Piedmontese, Special Ingredients Butcher Shop, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, 85th and Andremat, and 168th and Maple up there in the O. It's 4 weeks in a row. We either got to, change our outfits or something, or better yet, Huskers need to play better football. Look, it's probably been combed over 80 million times, that not only on our network and our station, but everywhere else. Ultimately, we went out to sunny California, and at the performance was probably more like today. Just kind of rainy, drizzly day. Some light rain, some real heavy, just not very good. There were some bright spots and some that, some things they were doing well. You could tell it was a little bit different rhythm offensively, but still, ultimately it just met, points on the board is what matters the most. And then defensively, look, anytime you score a touchdown and have a few other big stops on defense, and then obviously you count the blocked field goal as far as defense, you expect to win. But ultimately, I think, as Coach Rule said today, the second and third level did not perform well. It felt like second level, John Bullock played well. After that, everything else is probably meh. And then third level was not very good at all. Look, at this point, there's plenty of the blame to go around, but ultimately, if you are not, there's three big E's that go into football: effort, execution, and then obviously that leads to better efficiency. Number one is controllable by one person only, and that's you. That is a choice, no matter what age you are. Probably after 10, you hear a lot of it. Parents, they're only 10. Oh, they're only 11. Well, sooner or later, that's got to be excuse, or not excuse. Now, I will tell you this: as recruiting dynamics, kids have changed, etc. Effort, intent, and working hard is a skill that can either be forced and or taught to some degree, very minimal degree. I see you over there thinking, Austin. very minimal degree, but it is a skill that you have to coach now. And you shouldn't have to, but at some point in time you have to, and it's very minimal percentage that goes into the whole percentage. It's 95-96% owner operator.
But you still got to try. Number one, it's kind of ridiculous. You have to coach it. But number two, maybe it's that 4 or 5% that makes the 1 or 2% difference that shows up on Saturdays.
Yeah, Saturdays is 100% controllable on your own. That you decide that when you wake up in the morning. You decide that long before the game's kicked off. What I mean by you can do it. There's different buttons you can push, and all that stuff to get them to see the light, and there's different ways to do it. And it's a very small case, so that means a very small percentage. Majority of kids, you don't have to do that, but the effort, intent, and hard work is something that will bite you in the butt. And then therefore, how competitive are you? Are you out there just playing? Are you just out there just going through the plays and all that? Some of it you could say it's coaching. Ultimately, you're out there, man. You're out there playing, man. You're getting paid to play. And so for it to be a senior led group, the third level, to probably have that type of performance is probably not a good. Probably shouldn't have slept too well for the last 2 or 3 days.
Bad day to have a bad day.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, look, everything. I mean, come in at 9 point.
8 or 9.
8 or 9, dog. Right? Dogs.
Yeah. Lost by 8. Played to expectation.
Yeah. But you never expect the things like that to be questionable.
Right.
Yeah.
Not a veteran group like that with those guys. And Matt Rule said as much today.
Yeah.
I expect my cover 2 safety to play cover 2. Expect my corner to play cover 3. Simple as that.
Yeah. You always just wonder what goes. You just wonder what goes through some guys' minds when they get out there and play. I have some ideas. I just would like to understand. I just don't get it. I've never associated myself with guys like that. Just couldn't do it. I don't think there's an excuse for it. It's not. There's not an excuse for it. It's a choice. There is certain things that is a choice.
There are programs all over the country that figure out how to get people to either choose people who will make that choice, or get people who will lead people to that choice. But to say that we can't have expectation or want for a program that it's fair to say Husker fans are asked to support in full, right? Like, be loyal, be loud.
They make the choice.
Be loyal, be loud.
They make the choice.
That there are programs, Tulane comes to mind, as a program that has figured out a way to get people to compete at the highest level, or choosing people, being able to identify people who will compete at the highest level. They're choosing a Jay Foreman instead of the other guy, right? Like, somebody had to identify you. And for all the breadcrumbs that led up to them finding Jay Foreman,
right,
somebody still had to find him and work with him. And to say that in this space we have found the true matrix for not being able to figure out, like, there's an answer to all the questions, right, Jay? Like, there's an answer to how you win football games.
Everybody has answers. No, but the solution is in that locker room. And the effort thing, obviously, there's one player put on display, and that's what happens when you play that position. I mean, that's what you sign up for. That's why Deion got paid the big bucks. That's why Charles Woodson is a Hall of Famer. That's why my man Dick Knight, Train Lane, rest in peace, is Lester. That's what you sign up for. So I don't think it's an overwhelming deal. Now I think it's a little bit different because of the aura creation of the easy thing that's always been is to blame the coaches. So so everybody's sitting up here like we've created this soft landing to blame a third party for a one-party decision. Like, and this can go back even when nice Mike Riley was here. Like, you can't blame Mike Riley. Like, you can say he lost the locker room and all that, and that might have to be because he has no vision, right? Because he's up there just giving you the alphabet soup, right? Okay, that's fine. All right. But when you step on that field, no matter what you have going on, that's your sanctuary. That's your choice. That's your choice. Matter of fact, it's not even a choice, because if you even care remotely about the people that are in your locker room, it's not even a choice. It's not even a second thought. So
who sets up? Who's in the locker room?
Who is you? I mean, everybody's looking for somebody else to do something.
We're not. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm talking about everybody.
Right.
I'm talking about everybody.
When we get on the bus, we're all rolling. Like, it's your choice. Like, if you get off the bus and you decide, like, why does somebody else got to implore you to do something?
That's human nature. That somebody has to implore you. That your motivation, ambition. There's a huge difference between dudes who never got a chance to get on the bus and dudes who are on the bus.
Yeah, but they're on the bus.
Who chose them to be on the bus?
Well, they were here already before.
Who chose them to be here?
I don't know. Who was it?
Who chose them to train them?
Those guys.
Here's my. I don't know what the standard. I don't know what the standard is.
But at some point in time, that has to stop. All of it. Whether it's us talking about it, dudes early in the morning. When you get on a bus to go play a game, yes, you can hear the rah-rah stuff that lasts for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes, you might be hyped up because of what somebody said in the locker room. But when I'm looking across and I see Alan Faneca, ain't nobody saving me.
Let me ask.
Nobody's going to save me.
All of that is, and I don't disagree with that.
Right.
But here's my question, and this is from the outside looking in.
Right.
Simply, you know what? I'm a mission kind of person. Like, give me the mission. If the mission is to win football games in the Big Ten Conference, right? I mean, I think that's a pretty good mission.
Right.
Right, to win games in the Big Ten Conference. That Nebraska fans, as people who support this, want to know what the problem is. And if the problem is, in fact, and I'm not saying it's not,
right.
If the problem is the players haven't bought in, or the players are making choices that are less than the standard, then how do you fix it? How do you change it? And if you tell me that you cannot simply fix it or change it, right? Either coaching or a lot. If you hold on, let me get to it.
I don't believe in that.
If you can't get to it,
I'm not gonna believe it. You're getting paid. I don't care about a choice or a lot. That stuff that they're doing, I know for a fact is not being coached.
Okay, so let's go through. So explain it to me.
I know for a fact. We've been talking about this since 2001. I've seen a dude field a ball on the 2-yard line, and everybody's like, it's coached or allowed. I know for a fact it's not coached. I know it's not allowed. That's a personal choice. So when they're out there, you can't
tell me
you can't control another
Tell
unit.
me how you know that is true.
Well, first of all, the special team coach is an employee here. First of all, let's get out here. Listen here. You can go to Seacrest right now.
Right.
You can go to East High School, Southeast, whatever high school you want. You can go to Timbuktu.
Yep.
I guarantee you, when you are returning a punt, majority of the time they put your heels on 8-yard line. Don't field it after that.
Yep.
Now the one,
we've seen it, right?
Yeah.
We've seen it.
And the one in this game really wasn't so egregious because he fielded at the 5. The height of that punt, most likely it probably would have got down. So that's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
What's more important is I don't think it's not a buy-in thing.
Okay.
See, there's a difference. What people don't understand, there's a difference between playing football and competing. Nobody knows the difference unless you've done it before. When you are a competitor, you come to play. You don't worry about the circumstances. You don't worry what time the game is, where it's played, what the condition is, or who the hell's playing with you. You're here to play, dude. Like, you're playing football.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not, like, why does somebody got to sit here and rub your back and tell you how good you are for you to go out there and play good? Like, dude, that dude over there is trying to embarrass you.
Right.
Because what it comes down to, the players have to do one thing and one thing only. Number one, stop letting people push you around.
Facts.
That's number one. Number two, If you don't think UCLA got on their little internet phones and talked to the dudes across the street at USC and felt like they could punk you, I can tell you, look at number 6. He didn't even, first of all, here's what I know it's the fact. Nobody even said to him anything to him on the sideline. Not one coach reprimanded him, right? Not one player got mad at him. As a matter of fact, the player encouraged him to do it. So this isn't a time to say, okay, now we got to go get some personal fouls. No, at some point in time, you have to line up and say enough is enough. Everybody. And if somebody's not participating in how we are moving, then you're going to have to deal with him as you got to deal with him. I won't name names. We were playing like booty down in Missouri. Somebody got punched in the face on the sideline. Now, I'm not saying that's what United need to do, but that's what happened. You can't do that anymore. First of all, there's no cameras. Nobody knew about it. I said it. But at the end of the day, you have to look like if you're invested in something, if I'm invested in something, you're invested in something. This isn't about Randy Moss or Dallas Clark catching the pass over. This is not what this is about. This is about, are we doing with the things that we've been coached, told, and implored to do? And we know what we can do. That's where the frustrating part. They know they can play better.
So what's better before?
So yeah. There is a fix to all of it. What's the fix?
I mean, they just got to go do it. I mean, it's got to be I wouldn't say it come to Jesus. It's got to just come to like a feeling that comes in there, like we got to go do it. I mean, what everybody's fix is this: fire coaches, fire the players, start over. Then we're back here and then complain some more. Well,
what's the fix?
But the players have to fix it, though.
Because if those things aren't true.
You got dudes up here talking about switching from a 3-3-5 to 4-3. Have you not watched the game? They play 4-4-man front, man. They play a 4-man front. They play cover 3. They play cover 1. They play cover 4. They run all the plays majority or in theory that everybody else runs. We got to execute the plays. Execute the plays. Like if they run counter and I'm a linebacker, I can't run into a defensive lineman and one guy, first of all, a guy didn't even block. I just block myself. Right? Like if they throw a now route, a smoke route, whatever you want to call it. They got all these stupid names for it. They get the ball and throw it to him. Okay, whatever you want to call it. Pitch and catch. Okay. Sideline is the other defender. That counts as 12. Usher him out of bounds. Or what we call street sweep him. Get the leg, sweep the leg. Those are things that we have to, the dudes have to be the dudes. It's not like everybody's looking for it's always funny. Like I remember I was coaching the games like, oh man, should we ran like man offense versus zone or something like that. Dude, we blew like 8 layups and missed 10 free throws and we lost by 1. So was it the offense or was it just that we just didn't make free throws? Right? I mean, you got to really get back into just getting back to the simple things. And, fortunately and unfortunately for them, they got 2 games left.
So this is the proper way to put it into it. If they're the fighting Foremans and this is your group to fix, because you're not going to accept it as it is. Because it bothers you too much for you to accept it.
I think also you cannot panic though. This is not that, and that's where Matt Rule has done a good. You can't panic because just throwing your hands up and just fire everybody. You're going.
I'm not saying fire anybody.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying
the fix has got to be. Yeah, like me as a coach, I'm not going to stand for it. And then you can coach as hard as you can. I can stay up 5 hours more a week, every hour a day, and find little nuances or whatever to create a game plan, a practice plan, a recovery plan. They already got great weight coaches and nutritionists and all that stuff. That's what a coach can do. That's all he can do. I don't understand this whole miss thing that you think as a coach that you can control another player's action. That never happens. What coaches are meant to do, give me a vision and you go. It's no different when I talk about the guys and gals that are valedictorians. They get the syllabus. They get the same one as Jay Foreman. You want to know why I ain't? Because I hated school. I hate school. I will always hate school. I'll tell everybody I hated school. It was a necessary means that I had to do to get some sort of education, some sort of guidance. But I'm going to tell you what, my friend Jamal, he loves school. My friend Armand, he loves school. He got 3 masters. There's no way in the world I could do that. I look at him crazy. Matter of fact, he was just out of Indiana. I still look at him. I said, man, and Nick was there. I said, dude, you know you got 3 masters and you still got used to. Now he's a big time where he's at now. He's still at the same Eaton Corporation that he did an internship and just worked his way all the way up. But he got 3 masters. Now, I took advantage of they paid for him to do it. But if they paid for me to do it, I ain't going back to school.
Would we ask everybody you played football with to be a doctor, to be a surgeon? No. Everybody has a role and a talent, and somebody has to identify that, put it in play, have the vision for it.
Yeah.
Look, nobody, those 105 aren't going to roll out there. The 75 aren't going to roll out there and just say, screw it, we're going to play. There has to be a plan.
The only thing that I would do, I would crank this intensity up to a level they've never seen before. That's what I would do. That's the first thing I would do.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would do. Now, it's not. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's not across the board, right? Because you can't coach everybody the same. But I can tell you, not only would I be wound up tight, ain't nothing fun right now, right? We 5-5.
We lost 4 games in a row.
We're two games probably below where we may be expected to be, and our backs are against the wall. We got 2 chances. Like it's like we're in a boxing match, and we should have knocked out dude in the 8th round, and here we are going to the final 12, and then your trainer telling you, boy, you better turn it up. We got to go for a knockout, or we down on points, or we're tied in points, so we got to really, be decisive. I think the hard part is when you're caught up in this tidal wave, and it's no different if you're winning 4 games in a row and you're losing 4 games in a row. It's just like in basketball. The way you got up by 20 or the way you got down by 20 is the same way you could possibly get up by 20. So you got to remedy what you haven't been doing well. What we haven't been doing well is winning situational football. That's not the known situational football. All right. 3rd down and 10, 6 minutes and 40-some seconds left. All right, we run essentially what I call, from way back in the archaic days, is essentially a fire zone blitz. Essentially, you blitz from one side and you have some linebackers or something that drop out in coverage, so you can dictate the pace of the play, right? So you run a part of a fire zone. So a fire zone is this. Is essentially, here's the difference between a 0 blitz and a fire zone, just for just blanket terms. 1 is man-to-man, no safety coverage. 0 blitz, 0 help. That's self-explanatory. Fire zone, what we used to call fire zone or a zone blitz, is you're blitzing and you're playing some sort of zone off of that, right? So you have to get to it different ways. You might play what's essentially cover 3. You might be ideally, depending on the formation, play cover 4. We have essentially what I call a fire zone or a zone blitz on, or just a zone coverage. We have got to get that below 5 yards. It's got to be 4th and 5. 6 minutes plus. I can almost guarantee, or you like to dictate, there's not a lot of plays, even with a great play caller with Lincoln Riley, 4th and 5, that he can dial up and feels very comfortable with a 1-point lead at home, stress in his backyard as far as like the pressure he's under that he can play. I like our chance to get that ball back, right? Well, they come on 4th and 1, run speed option, hit the corner for 36 yards. So the cause and effect, I'm huge in the cause effect. That's a game-changing play. We got to get better at those plays. Now, of course, we got to get rid of the easy ones are the easy ones, right? Those are the plays that are huge. Everybody, also, Dylan's got to get that first down and around the 50. For any other purposes that get another first down, we can pin them back. You know what I'm saying? It's easier for them to field a punt, fair catch a punt, think he might have caught it at 16, got 6 or 7 yards. He's not necessarily backed up by then. But if we get it, and then if we punted the ball really well, we got a pretty decent punter, he sky punts it or kicks it like coffin corner, now they're backed up. Now you can kind of really, really dictate and really assume what they're going to run. Those are the plays that we need to get better at, because everybody's going to focus on the big plays. But those small plays that I'm just talking about referencing, those are the game-changing plays, because for us, with an offense that's struggling, right, you need possessions. It's almost like the Patriots when they won the first Super Bowl. If you go back and study the Patriots, when they won their first Super Bowl, they were excellent, maybe the best of all time in those off-brand, off situations of situational football, because they just kept inching, field goal, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. Next thing you know, you look up like, man, we played these guys pretty good. We lose 24-10. So we're not doing that very well.
They're through all of the truth of it, for me, being outside of the game and just watching it process and watching this team over 5 years. 5 years. To be consistently hiccuping in the same space in the same time.
Right.
There has to be, we're dealing with the pimple and not the reason why.
Not the skin issue.
Right. What is the real issue? There's an issue. And when I walk into programs around this country, what I'm asked to do is identify blind spots and help people simplify what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. That sometimes it's player, right?
Yeah, but this is a boil over.
Yeah, it's a boil. It's not a pimple. It's a boil. You're right.
This hold on. This predates 20-some years ago. You know what I'm saying? This predates.
But that's why I asked.
And it's not apples to apples, but there's a lot of it that goes into it, and the change of it is, I mean,
I know we have to go to break, but this is why I in order to get to the real core of how the thing has to happen, I fully am aware I have to poke Jay Foreman to change some of the conversation that's been had, because some of the conversation is just pablum. It's just repeat. It's, I heard it said, so now I'm going to repeat it. And that's how this program got here.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how this program got here.
They got it coming. It's just not coming as fast as people want. They're a lot farther along than it looks to the naked eye. They should be farther along than it looks to the naked eye. They're not as far. I know everybody's thinking like you're saying it. They're a lot far. It's coming. It's just, we'll talk about at the break where we run into a problem as like a Nebraska football society versus reality, and where it's going, because it's going in the right direction. It's just not. Yeah, you bought a car and you want to be in fifth gear, and that bad boy is like, that clutch is sticking right now.
I think BJ in Wichita hits my nail on the head. He says, "I'm sorry, Jay, but you don't pay a staff this type of money because they're going to be blind, because you get that again." I'm not asking you to defend it or not defend it. I'm simply putting it in play that if you've been in the program for 20 years, around the program for 20 years. I have not
been around the program for 20 years.
You've been a Husker since 1994, 1993.
Right. But there was a time when another coach was here. We weren't allowed, though. So I wasn't around the program for that.
This is what I want to get to. Again, different conversation than some of the other stuff that's been said, because I've been listening, not talking. And I want to be clear. I mean,
but Bill Callahan isn't at fault for that. I mean, that's you can't. What Bill Callahan did doesn't have a direct reflection on this season here.
What does?
It's just they ain't playing good. They ain't playing good.
This particular group
is just not playing up to expectations. They're just not. It's no different than Florida State probably has the same problem. That you can't say that, like, everybody wants to talk about how much they're getting paid. Yeah, they're highly compensated. You know how much they were getting paid last year when you was all on board, and now it's the problem. Well, like, you're paying fair market value. Now, like, whether that's a problem to you or not, that I have nothing to do with it. You
bought a Lamborghini that got stuck in fifth gear, bro. You just said
but
it.
If you're making like blanket statements at this point, you ain't never going to be satisfied. You ain't never going to be satisfied. If you're worried about what somebody's making, I don't know why that. I mean, I do understand it. So you expect certain results based on what somebody else is doing, but not every situation is the same. I will tell you this: Tom Allen had better recruits than probably his. And this is not making an excuse for anybody. He had better recruits than what was led on to when he got there.
Yeah,
the situation is a lot different because the expectation is so much lower.
Yeah.
So sure, I mean, everybody has a gripe to pick. I get it, man.
I don't have a gripe. I'm trying to understand. I don't know, so I'm asking. That's just me.
Yeah, we'll go to break. We'll talk about it. We'll see what happens and or what we think of. I mean, it just, hey man, it's tough, man. It's tough sledding for him, boy. You know, look, this is a Minnesota winter right now, man. You got to push through it and you know, deal with it. And it's about January, February up there, and you know that March, April coming. You just got to stick to it. So, anyways, Jay Foreman, DP, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey everyone, Lance here with Black Label. We specialize in creating custom crafted decks, pergolas, patio covers, and more. Plus, our retractable screens, gazebos, and patio enclosures create the ultimate outdoor retreat. With over 50 years of combined experience, we're not just builders, we're creators of unforgettable memories.
Call them today at 402-730-6333 or visit blacklabelbuilt.com for a free consultation.
Let's turn your backyard dreams into reality.
Black Label Built, built to serve, built to last.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in November. Try their brand new fall sweet trays, including cinnamon rolls, pumpkin chocolate chip muffins, pumpkin cheesecake brownies, and apple croissants. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Whether you like fishing together or fishing to get away, for the thrill of reeling in a big one, or just going out to have a good time on the banks of your local pond, at a bend in a river, or on one of our many lakes and reservoirs, you'll always find the perfect place to cast a line, here, beneath Nebraska skies. Start planning your next fishing adventure today at letsfishnebraska.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up, we're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman, trying to figure out all the world's problems over in Nebraska football. You know, look, man, I mean, there's plenty of blame to go around. There's nobody walking around like, man, everything's going great. You know, I always will be and always has been is because I've seen all the best teams be like this. They are player-led teams. You need true leadership. I think systematically that change in the bad. Said this. Nebraska made at 20, and this is, I hate talking about this because we're in 2024. They made a catastrophic move and change 20 some odd years ago to take the fabric of the program away. And, you know, everything that made you successful is like, that ain't good enough. And we're gone at the worst time because the college football started to emphasize parity. That means more teams on TV contracts, and that's fine. That has nothing to do with right now. Right now it's a little bit of pressure, right? It's a little bit of circumstance, and then it's a little bit of guys, you know, not stepping up and not playing to level that they could this year. They just couldn't. Instead of from the very first time Dylan committed, in order for this to be an outstanding year, how it should be, because he knows how to take care of the football compared to both the quarterbacks last year or multiple quarterbacks last year, all three of them, obviously, that the guys around him have to play better than they played the year before. Period. That's any freshman. This isn't basketball where you got, Cooper Flagg or you got Carmelo Anthony, where the dude was like, literally, I'm just coming to college just to get some reps in before I go be a lottery pick. That's not it. You can't do that in football. There's too many other variable factors. There's too many guys that play.
In 3 years.
Yeah, in 3 years.
You can't hide it for 3 years.
And the immaturity, because you got guys like Carmelo Anthony, LeBron, obviously, Cooper. They are KD. They're NBA body ready, and skill wise, probably 10th grade. Potentially now they're really ready.
But they all came in and took that L in maturity. They all had to.
Yeah, but none of them were stopped at the college level. There's 5 guys out there playing, and if you have somebody, KD 7 foot tall, that can play like a guard, who's gonna stop him? That's why football is so much harder.
14 shoe,
right? So it's I know, right? Yeah, and so that's where we're struggling a little bit, and there's a lot of things. Everybody's got, there's a lot of things, and there's probably a lot of things that can be said, but you could say the same thing I said before. At some point in time in life, you can't ask for respect anymore. You can't show up and think that somebody's going to respect you. They've shown you they don't respect you, right? So now you got to go to if respect is important to you, right?
Well, I think that's the one I want to circle.
Well, I
think you're onto something.
I'm just saying, if that's important to you, right? I can't answer that. A coach can't answer that. You can tell me, but you got to show me, right? So collect, and it can't just be important to Austin and somewhat important to me, depending on the circumstances. If it's cold outside, and all that stuff, or and then not mean anything there. If it's important to us as a team, majority of our core guys, then you'll go take it. Because you can't ask anymore.
You can't accept that. Like, you can't accept 5-5 consistently and say that respect matters.
In this situation, no, it could, because the guys that have played before need to go take it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
well, but are they capable?
Everybody's capable. Everybody.
Okay.
What do you? That's fight or flight. You back into a corner.
Look. I assume
you come knocking, I'm gonna be rocking.
One of my true talents is not assuming anything as absolute.
Well, every human has it in them.
So if we say, okay, from in how many ever columns you want to put what it takes to be a great college football program, right? And we know that elite is a very short list, right?
Yeah.
Then we get to great. They're great. Good, competitive, average, and below.
Mm-hmm.
And the consistency is, right, that in the talent pool, it looked different in the elite and great versus everybody below it. Is that close to fair?
What do you mean, like the players?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right? Then the same could be said for coaches, right? That, right? Signetti is a great case in point. That if you coach, the talent beyond you really doesn't matter. You maneuver in the space that you're in, and you get successful, and then you move up. I'm asking you that in this roster of 85 that went to Southern California on Saturday, which program had more talent? Right?
I don't know. I'd probably say USC. Just assume. I mean, I'm just gonna assume
which sideline had more toughness. Right? Relative.
Yeah.
Relative situation, circumstance. Right.
I mean, it's
IQ.
I'd probably say they had more talent.
Football IQ. Which sideline had?
You mean the coaches?
No, I mean just in general, right? That we understand that game results are an accumulation of all of these things in small part.
Right.
Some days talent overrides in a big way, and then you have to maneuver. Jay Foreman had the ability. One, he got gifted with the DNA gift. Then he had the high football IQ. He had a little bit of dog that said, you know what, I'm going to fight for what I feel like I'm deserved and own, right? You rally teammates to do the right thing often, even if it wasn't all the time, it was often, right? And then you competed. And if you took those 5 things and said, that's what elite, great, competitive, good college football is, then we can look at this Nebraska team, and without finger pointing and going, okay, this player had a tough Saturday, this player had a tough play, all those things, we're looking now firmly looking Wisconsin in the eye and trying to figure out in those categories, where does Nebraska rate? And is it fair? Like, because that'll tell us whether.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, talent, we're right there. I mean, I don't really know. I don't do all the rankings, and I don't know what retention rate is. Assumption is that USC probably over the last, 2 years probably had higher, like, whatever. So there's a lot of parity. So now you looking at a team, they 5-5 coming in, they got the same issues as you got. Now we're going to get down and dirty.
Right.
Now we're going to see, what's what and who's who. Now we're going to see if you're going to hold on the rope just to hang on, or do you want to try to climb your way up out of the depth? And like I said, and this is not about going out. You're not tough when you hit somebody when they're not looking. Like I'm not tough if I go clean Austin up off the pile. That's not tough. That's stupid.
That's
right?
fake hustle.
That's right.
Also nice of you to assume I'm on the pile and not to.
No, if you're just standing.
Well, you're smart enough to not stand around the pile.
That's not tough. So you got to. It's just. Hey man.
Yeah, I think it's fascinating. The experts, air quotes, still say that if you do projections for bowl games, that Nebraska is still one of the top 50 teams in the country. And that they're telling Nebraska fans, hey, don't give up. You're probably going to be able to spend your Christmas in Phoenix at the Rate Bowl against TCU.
That's fine.
Right? And then we feel whatever way you want to feel about it. Now, it never reaches the locker room because they got to go out and beat Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin has their own issue.
Yeah. Nebraska beats Wisconsin this weekend. I can guarantee you people will still be complaining. And that's fine.
Right?
I'd rather you complain I'm going to a bowl game, and then we can get there.
Right.
They got to figure it out. I mean,
is that fair in your mind? Is that fair to say
they're closer than they are farther?
Fair.
The frustrating part is they should be farther than they are right now.
Agreed. 100%.
So it's not a couple years ago you probably couldn't get me to say that. Now that right now you're definitely closer than they are farther.
Okay.
So they're doing a lot of good things and doing a couple things real bad.
You good with Phoenix December 26th? They got to win a game. If they win 2 games, it won't be December 26th. If they win 1 game, they got to.
The only place 2 places I don't want to go for a bowl game is New York to the Pinstripe Bowl and anything in Utah. So I'm cool.
Leave Utah alone. Them people ain't done nothing to you.
I'm just cool. I mean,
your brother lived there, man.
He did, and he got up out of there real quick. Anyways, we're gonna go to break. Come back. Top of the hour. Got my man Bill Mitchell coming in from Lighthouse. We still don't have any conclusion to what's going on. I think there is no answer. You need to provide your own solution. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 26th is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Davis Plumbing has been in business for over 15 years and is currently searching for journeyman plumbers to join their team. Experience is preferred, but not required for all applicants. When you join the team at Davis Plumbing, you'll receive full benefits package with paid time off. Join a small local business doing big things in Lincoln and surrounding areas. Apply today by calling 402-525-6922 or find them on social media. Davis Plumbing, locally owned and operated for over 15 years.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Automotive Solutions is Lincoln's one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs, from vinyl wraps to engine repair and maintenance. Automotive Solution offers fleet services as well as printing and graphic design for vinyl applications, plus installation of vinyl for boats, trucks, cars, and anything else you want wrapped. Perfection is their standard, and they never settle for less. Call today at 531-249-5600 or go to automotivesolutionslincoln.com to learn more. That's Automotive Solutions, 2040 Southwest 5th Street in Lincoln.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
There are moments in life, surrounded by family and friends, when you realize this is what it's all about. For 65 years, the Riddles family has been creating jewelry to capture these precious moments, crafting one memory at a time to last forever. Now, join them in celebrating Riddles Jewelry's 65th anniversary with incredible savings. Enjoy up to 30% off engagement rings. And for a limited time, save up to an additional $700 on your ring purchase. At Riddles, they're more than jewelry. They're here to help you create moments that truly sparkle, surrounded by the people who matter most. Family owned. Today, tomorrow, forever. Riddles Jewelry.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Orman. Quick segment here so we can get back up on time. A lot to talk about. DP, you want to run down some of the texts? We want to make sure the texters get their love.
Yeah, it's and we appreciate you on Starter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. Yeah, there's lots in play. 7773 says this: Nebraska had a history of players who had a high standard and they overachieved. Player leadership should set that standard and hold every player accountable. I keep waiting for someone to be that guy. I'm still waiting. I don't understand why they can't or choose not to define the standard and then go achieve it.
Eric and Lincoln is off the chain.
Yeah, Eric has been.
Eric said you're gonna do 3 hours of Oklahoma drill. Eric, I can tell you, I ain't going to do 3 hours of Oklahoma drill.
Yeah, that's funny. Because the captains need to have a players only meeting before Saturday and set expectation for the game. I'm pretty sure that has happened
already.
Yeah, but allowing it. This is why I asked Jay if it's a player fix. If it's a possible player fix,
yeah,
right?
They got good leadership on it. I mean, everybody needs their own lead to be their own leader, though, and everybody needs to lead their room, coaches and players. And you can't go back out to California and replay that game, but you have to. It has to be a conscious. I can tell you this right now. I get off the phone. All right. Get off the phone. Stop doing talking, and let's start doing. This is the last time we're going to play at home for our seniors.
Big day.
Okay. Could we just give them, if anything else, all right, let's just see if we do something else just as simple as that. Just get off the phone.
Distraction.
Distraction. Right? Let's just
remove the distraction.
Let's try it. Let's try it and see what happens. Let's go fully all in.
Well, it is that thing, Jay. Joe Gibbs, 70 men together can't lose.
Right.
And if the difference, chasing three, if you're chasing three and it is of your 168 hours to get ready for Wisconsin, you add 1 hour to your film prep. You add 1 hour of rest. You add 1 hour of talking to a teammate or talking to a coach and getting greater expectation and explanation. And you multiply that by 85 players, you're better than Wisconsin. You're better than Nebraska was a week ago.
Right.
That knowledge of don't take the result against USC as a loss. Take it as lessons. And the frustration happens when you get a lesson and then you don't use it.
Right.
Like that, you know that you can never, ever make some of the plays that you made. You can't be flat-footed in the cover two and then try to make up space against somebody when you're a 4-7 guy and they're a 4-5 guy.
Yeah.
You can't make up that distance. You got to understand him being able to communicate that, listen, they're going to be in a cover three and at the top of the end zone, throw to the pylon and a back shoulder because there'll be nobody there. Right. And those are communications that can happen. 168. You have 168 hours to beat Wisconsin. The players can decide.
Yeah.
They absolutely
can. We got your boy here, 8750. I'm not spinning nothing. Why don't you listen instead of do talking? You're part of the problem.
Get him.
Okay.
Get him.
Okay. I'm not spinning anything. I'm not going to take shots at personal shots at people. That's, first of all, it's ignorant and it's low hanging fruit, let alone low class. Here's the deal. There are guys that are hungry. All right. There's guys that are playing hard and playing the right way and doing the same thing. I know for a fact, I know those guys, but you need more. So that means you either, as a player, I need to demand more or I'm going to go take it from you. Now, listen, how we regulated our locker room would not be good right now because of social media and all the other stuff. Okay. You're a part of that because you talk too much, whoever 8750 is. So how we did things, we no longer can do that anymore. So now in this day and age of cupcakes and ice cream, you got to find ways to dance around to get somebody. Maybe you got to pinch them on the back or do whatever to get them going. But at this point now, if I'm a senior, my back's against the wall. I want to go to a bowl game. I have to go to a bowl game. I want that to be my legacy, no matter how ugly it looked. We somehow got us in what shouldn't even never be like the expectation to the bowl game and say we win 7 games. So now I have to go to different measures. A coach can't do that. A player has to do it. Now it can't just be one. You can't have one guy in there. Everybody's got to like rise up and do it. And at this point, it's not personal. It's business, man. I mean, you got to learn from your lessons and you got to be willing to learn. There's a difference between hearing and listening. And it takes a long time for you to realize it. What do they say? A hard head make soft butt?
Hard head make a soft behind.
Right? Is that what
that's listen straight from Aunt Clara. A hard head make a soft behind.
Janet Foreman told me.
My grandma said, "Baby, you got big ears. You just got a hard head."
Hey,
you gotta listen.
You got hit with that switch once, and that was it.
Hey,
my behind was not soft though.
It only took once.
It was stinging.
This is how I knew I was smart, Jay. You got one. You look.
She tore me out.
Did she have to get you again? Did she ever? She never had. That's the difference. Is when you learn the lesson and say, "I'm never going through that again."
Oh no,
I'm never going to go through.
No.
Here's to a week of beating Wisconsin because they simply said we deserve better and we're not going to be outworked. Those two things are simple.
Yeah.
But man, what a really good start that would be.
It'll be good Thanksgiving, wouldn't it?
Come on.
Everything
good turkey.
The itis would be great.
Good turkey. Good turkey. All right.
So we're gonna take a quick break and come back. We got Bill Mishner from Lighthouse. We're gonna talk about the big event coming December. Jay Foreman, DP Austin. We'll be right back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Anderson Ford, we offer a 5-day return or exchange policy so you can make sure the vehicle you choose is the best vehicle for you. No pressure. Right now, take over $11,000 off a 2024 Ford F-150. Experience better at Anderson Ford. Stock number 1004296, MSRP of $66,645. Must finance with Ford Motor Company and have a qualifying trade and approved credit. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 11/13/24. See delivery details.
Have you been told by your physician that your testosterone level is fine, but you don't feel fine? Get a second opinion. If your testosterone level is 200, 350, even 500, and you still have symptoms, come to Limitless Male. We treat the person and the symptoms, not the number. Our mission is for you to feel optimal again. So if you're tired all the time, no energy, brain fog, muscle loss, nothing left in the tank, get your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Salt Mine City is now open at 8th and R in the Haymarket. Come check out Lincoln's newest brewery with 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager, Brick Street Amber Wheat, and so many more. There's daily drink specials like $1 off Moscow Mules on Tuesdays, $6 IPAs on Fridays, and $6 Bloody Marys on Saturdays. Stop by Tuesday through Thursday from 4 to 9 p.m., Fridays 4 to 11 p.m., Saturdays 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sundays from noon to 8 p.m. It's Salt Mine City, Lincoln's newest brewery at 8th and R.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through November 24th, enjoy bone-in turkey breast for $1.99 per pound, 8-ounce USDA choice boneless ribeyes for $8.99 each, whole boneless Carver ham for $4.48 per pound, and call 402-486-6611 to place your holiday orders today. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Be sure and call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technician will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy too. An afternoon high around 59. Tonight, showers likely early, then partly cloudy. The low around 41. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with a high around 51. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. We got a special guest in here, Bill Michener. We're the Old School Crew plus one. We are brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop. 4 locations, both in Lincoln and Omaha. Bill, CEO extraordinaire of the Lighthouse. Welcome.
Appreciate being here.
You know, one thing about Bill, we've spent many Saturdays predating ourselves in the garage trying to figure out Nebraska football. Still haven't came to any. We got plenty. We know the answers. We just haven't been able to put our action plan in effect. But today, Bill is going to be here on behalf of the Lighthouse. I sit on the board. It's actually one of the greatest, one of the best honors. When you guys asked me to be on there, I was like, man, I must have been fooling you guys to get me on there. But anyways, Bill, I want to before we'll get into Husker football because I know you're dying to. Because I know you. I didn't leave you on read. I knew you were coming in Monday, so we'll be able to get into football. But what people don't understand is when you're doing something that you believe in, but you're a part of it, tell all our ticket listeners, our afternoon crew, how you actually are, even though by name or by, I guess, stature, running Lighthouse, but you are Lighthouse.
Yeah, I breathe Lighthouse. I'm a product of Lighthouse.
Right.
And when I went to Lighthouse originally 34 years ago, almost 35 years ago now, I was out running the streets, dropped out of high school, literally throwing D-sized batteries at cars to get them to stop and fight me, out partying, not caring about anything in my life, following in the footsteps of my brothers. My brothers both went on to prison. No boy in my family graduated.
Right.
And so Lighthouse is what helped show a different path in my life. So then once I did get back into school and I ended up graduating in the top 3% of my class, with an academic letter and honors, went on to college, graduated with honors from college. I started believing in myself a different way. And so I've been at Lighthouse now almost 29 years. And I truly see these young people and I see the barriers they have in their life. And I just want to help eliminate some of those and give them a better opportunity.
And for people that don't know, let us know where the Lighthouse is located.
We are 2601 N Street, right in the center of downtown or just outside of downtown Lincoln in one of the highest poverty areas in Lincoln.
Yeah, but it's a great facility though.
It's a great facility.
Yeah.
I mean, we built it because we wanted to give them something special to come home to.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. When we did our tour, like I think it was a little bit over a year ago, it just to see the growth of it is pretty cool. Talk about, Bill, I want to ask you about all the different, talk about the Lighthouse program. So just say Jay Foreman comes in the Lighthouse, take us from start to finish.
Okay, so first and foremost,
obviously depending how I got this. I mean,
well, no kid has to be a Lighthouse, which is great. So we're gonna first of all have you sign up, and so we have a one-page document that just gives us the information necessary to track, know who we need to contact if something happens, that type of stuff. But really, the programming runs through our staff and driven by the kids. The kids come up with the ideas, we put it into place. So we do everything programming wise from, we now have an AAU basketball team for kids that typically aren't going to have those opportunities that are getting coached up. It's first year of us doing that.
Right.
We have other structured recreational activities. We do programming that ranges everything from financial literacy, art, gender specific programming. We have an education program because we want our young people to graduate from high school. By the way, we boast a 95% graduation rate for young people that come through our program. We do an alternative suspension program for the students that are in out of school suspension in middle and high school. So they have a safe place to go. We feed them. We work through the issues that they're having through restorative practices, which means that we're looking through their lenses first and not judging them or telling them what they did wrong, but helping them start seeing how they can improve upon their actions in the future. So when they reintegrate back into school, they're in a better spot. Their homework is sent over to us. We go back and do all their missing homework before they came to us. So the kids just go back in a different way.
Yeah. The thing that's amazing for me when I got involved and got on the board is to really see how it's a true relationship with your staff and the kids. And, every time I see the one, I forget his name, but every time I see him, I always stop and talk to him, man. It's like one of the best conversations I always have. And I only met him a couple times, but when I talk to him, it's like I'm there for 15, 20 minutes, but it lets me know that, his story is really, really cool, but then he feels at home, and to see him grow in the last 3 or 4 years is actually pretty cool. Is that one of the best things about being involved with the Lighthouse, seeing people come out the other end. Obviously you lived it, but then also seeing what you put your heart and soul into have such a big impact in Lincoln.
That's why I don't leave.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it's all about, is I get to see not only the young people, but even these young professionals grow and really develop in their profession and their art. And it's just such a cool feeling to be a part of that. It really is more of a family environment. And you see that in the board too,
on
man.
the board,
The board even has a good time.
Oh yeah,
together.
yeah, we have a good time. Yeah. It's when you get in the board, you get introduced real quick to the family atmosphere, and it's good. I know we have the big Red Beacon Bash, but today here in about 4 weeks, we had the big Christmas event, which is huge. I was able to be there last year. That was the first one I've ever been able to be at, and it was actually pretty cool. Tell everybody the details about when, where, and how they can help and donate for the event here in about 3.5, 4 weeks.
Yeah. So clearly we started this because our young people that we serve, over 85% of the young people come up live in poverty. And so for everybody, it gets a little tighter during the holiday season, especially for my young people. So we decided to do a $100 gift card that we give away to our young people, team them up with student athletes from the University of Nebraska, and take them Christmas shopping. Eric Warfield is who started this with us.
Yeah, you sure did.
But we carry on the tradition. Jason Peters obviously helps with the tradition of that, but it's become such a staple. So we do that at the North Walmart because that's where the money goes a little further. We tried it at Target before. It doesn't quite go as far at Target as you do Walmart. So we have to play to our young people and their needs, because we're going to be doing that on December 16th, which is a Monday.
Yeah.
And we'll bus them out there. We've teamed up with Elite Party Buses, and they donate that for us. And so we'll have 3 buses that transport our kids out. We'll get out there just before 5 o'clock, and then we'll take them shopping. Again, $100 gift card each. So we shoot for $10,000. So we try to take 100 kids out there.
And is there a way to donate on the Lighthouse website or?
Yeah.
Okay.
LincolnLighthouse.org. And then you click on the donate button.
Yeah.
And then down below, you'll designate that to the Christmas shopping.
Yeah. I will tell you what, when I was out there last year, man, it was pretty cool that it was two brothers. And it was pretty cool. Like, they were going back and forth and figuring out how to get that money to stretch. And then they asked me, and I was like, hey, dude, I'm never going to tell anybody how to spend their money, but it was great. Number one, they were very appreciative. I mean, when you donate, I almost guarantee everyone's appreciative, but then also appreciative of your support. But more importantly, it goes to the right people and it goes the right way. And that's why I decided to be on the board. But that was one of the coolest things, going around with them for about an hour, and they were making it happen. I mean, they were like, hey, listen, I'll get this candy. You can have this candy. I need this. I need that. And the best part about it, some of them really, really are, show the initiative and frugal enough. They have a little bit left over, and which is good. And, and they don't just go in there and blow it. They actually use it for the right reasons, which lets you know that some of the programs at the Lighthouse has really have a big impact, man. Big shout out to Eric Warfield, but then also Jason Peters. That's like his Christmas present. I mean, he loves that. And, I got to get out there last year. Hadn't been out there because of schedule. I hadn't been able to be out there before. But I'll definitely be out there on the 16th. I know that the last time we had the board meeting, the date changed, so we got it 16th.
Yep.
All right.
December 16th.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I had to do that because Peters was the problem.
Yeah.
It was his.
He's always a problem.
Daughter's 16th birthday, so I let him off.
That's
the hook this time.
understandable. Yeah, that's understandable.
And then we had some problems with the bus because the bus Christmas light tours.
I got you.
Yeah.
How many kids normally go actually to the store that day?
Kind of depends on what's going on, because we have some kids that are student athletes themselves, some have jobs. So obviously we let them off the hook for that. They still get the $100 gift card.
Okay.
Because they still need it.
Right.
Usually it's between 65 and 90, depending upon who's in what.
Okay. And then if there was an item of need that most of your young people need, is there a thing that jumps out at you and say, you know what? For 65 kids, the standard is this. They need this thing more than anything else.
See, the problem is, and I had a person while I was speaking say, why do you do that? That's an entitlement that you're doing with these young people. And I said, I'm going to challenge you to come out and watch them shot and tell me what you think. And he goes out, and most of the kids are getting food for their families.
Yeah.
They're buying younger siblings
Yeah.
presents, their
Yeah.
parents presents.
Yeah.
We encourage them to spend some on themselves, because how many opportunities do they get to do that? Man, this gentleman went from a skeptic to now donating for this.
Yeah, I could tell you from personal experience, the way that they were, the last, at least with the two that I went with, the last people that they were thinking about was themselves.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I just said, listen, man, I'm tired of hearing you guys talk about everybody else, but you got to take some of this money and spend it on yourself, man. Hey, we never had that. You know what I mean? But that just lets you know how thoughtful they are. They're truly great kids, and it's a great cause, and it's a great organization, man. It's an awesome time. I mean, like I said, last year was the first time I went, and I walked away from there like completely blown away. And you got to give a big shout out to my man Jay Pitts too. Family, that's my family.
Oh, but that's my dude too.
Yeah,
I mean, that's one of my closest people in life.
So
Come on
he's
now.
there. Yeah, well, we all, Jay Pitts was there. He got. Hey, you gotta have a little strength.
And
Both
he's
you guys
a board
got,
member too.
yeah, both you guys are strength. So I felt we were all good there. We could throw hands, or just he could put you in the sleeper hole too. So it was all good.
What day is the 16th?
It's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me offer this: that Monday from 6 a.m. until what time do you go shopping?
We'll leave Lighthouse at 4:30, so about 5 o'clock.
So from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m., we'll offer you as many opportunities, time slots as you want to have you and your people come on the station and ask people to donate that day directly for Christmas for Lighthouse.
Excellent.
And I think that even if
that'd
it's
be great.
if it's 10 minutes an hour, I don't care.
Okay.
Come in, use that day, and ask people to give, because I have a sneaky suspicion that they would. And I'll start this by here's what I'll say: the kids will have $110 based on the ticket, because we'll add to it currently, and then we'll allow that number to go up based on our listeners and what they want to donate. So
that's amazing. I appreciate that.
Now, since we got the business out of the way, and let me tell you something about Bill, man. My man I got big hands, but he got big, heavy hands. So I'm always sitting in the garage, and he comes and hits me on the shoulder. And then we's like, well, what's going to happen today? And we all were wishful thinking. But let me tell you something. Bill has an eye for football, right? I mean, again, and he watches the game. I like it because he watches it, with emotion, but he doesn't react with emotion, which is what you should do, right? Because if you do both, then you can't really kind of come up with a true diagnostic of it. Bill, what is, like, from your point of view, everybody's combed it over for the last 48 hours. What do you, like, we'll take a step further. What do you want to see come Saturday at 2:30? Like, what do you think the missing ingredient is? Is that a fair question?
I mean, that is a fair question, and I think it's gonna sound just simple, but it's that consistent ability to see downfield and to get the ball to our receivers downfield. That's been our biggest problem. We do these little short passes that brings everybody up, becomes harder to run. Then we get into that, we got to pass, but we're not going anywhere. And that's the biggest issue I see right now is we've got to get it downfield.
Not the tackling, not the coverage.
Man,
I'm telling. Well, no. I know how you're wired. Now I know how you're wired now. I mean, I know you more than what you just said. I know we got to get you out of the CEO thing. Listen.
Oh boy! Now, if you were trying to get me into the cornerback discussion, that's a whole different thing.
Well,
CB.
When we were in the garage, we were doing backpedaling drills.
Oh boy, that's true.
Yeah,
okay, yeah.
But I told you probably more be like a rover, but you were saying that you were a corner. So since you were a corner, you like Pat Fisher from back in the day. Remember Pat Fisher, the Nebraska corner? Since now Jason Sehorn. Now you got that's not the problem.
Well, no,
tackling.
I didn't say that was the only problem. You asked me to diagnose one thing.
All right.
So we got lots of things that have been inconsistent, and like I told you before we came on the radio, one thing that was a highlight was we saw receivers actually block in this last game, which, hey, there's a step in the right direction somewhere. Now, if you talk about corners,
more than once too.
Oh yeah.
Now since you're a leader, you're a coach and leader, right? So here's where I said I would have a problem. This is just me, and this would be just as a player, right? So it doesn't matter who calls the plays or anything. So just so happens we have a change in coordinator. So our new coordinator has, he's got to call plays. But you just said, so now you have better. Now it looked like better effort, right?
Yep.
Okay, more intensity, and it wasn't just one play. It was multiple plays out there on the perimeter.
True.
So now, for me, I have a problem because then I look at it as a choice. Is that right?
Absolutely. I mean, unfortunately, the defense, you could see the choice staring you in the face.
Right.
Like the tackle
on the corner,
on the
sure.
5-yard line. I mean, that was no effort at all. That was like half-hearted. I don't even know if I want to be on the field type stuff. So to see that is disheartening because, I mean, if anything, put in all the effort, and if you lose, cool. But when you see stuff like that, it hurts.
Right.
That's the stuff so saw some good effort some other places, but not so good effort some others.
Right. So, I mean, now moving forward to Wisconsin. Now, we matter of fact, we watched the Wisconsin game together.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did. And listen, and last year was better than the year before because we were on pins and needles.
True.
And I think last year, I felt like that Wisconsin game they played to win. They just came up short. So we actually,
very true.
We just kind of, all right, fine. We just came up short. So now this is a pesky Wisconsin Badgers. They're a little bit of a wounded duck too now.
Yes,
they got a new coordinator, and then Luke Fickell said, "Why does it matter? It's going to be the tight end coach that's going to call the plays." So, what do you want to see?
They also lost their quarterback
early in the year.
I thought they just lost their starting quarterback now.
Well, that's good too.
Yeah, Tyler Van Dyke is.
Tyler Van Dyke been out. The other guy is the other guy too.
Well, they got the young.
Braden Locke is starting.
Yeah,
he was the one that came
Iowa
in.
lost their starters.
Yeah, Iowa lost their starter. We'll worry about those
jokers later.
Yeah, we'll worry about those jokers later. So Wisconsin comes to town. There is no fair dodging. I don't even know if there's even I doubt there's even a point spread, right?
We actually
Nebraska
open
by
at
3.
1.5 is what we open as. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right, well, we're 1.5. So that's just that's fine. That's complimentary at home. What do you think Nebraska needs to do to beat Wisconsin?
Too much. I mean, one.
We need to do too much
with the defense. Let's start with the defense because we cannot allow them to run all over us like teams have been doing the last couple times.
Yeah.
Like literally missing tackles, rushing for 148 yards for running back. That's what we should be known for, stopping the run, making it beat us through the air, which, by the way, not a great option for us to have to, rely upon our DBs because they're not
consistent.
They're not playing to the level that I had hoped at the beginning of the year. So first and foremost, we got to take care of that business first because Wisconsin's always got big dogs up front. They're always great running team.
Yeah.
If we don't take care of that, it's over.
Yeah.
Period. We don't have a shot.
Yeah. I think we do that. And you know what the thing about our defensive backs, I'm trying to think they played relatively well against Ohio State. I think that's where I would probably be most frustrated. You play against, first of all, you got the best receiver in the nation over there, and the dude's like 18. I don't know, Jeremiah Smith. I mean, that dude, he's just wasting time.
He's a beast.
Right. And then you got probably the third best or fourth best receiver in Njigba, right? Or not Njigba, but Ibuka, excuse me. And then Tate is probably number 12. So they got out of the top 15 receivers, and this is including Colorado, probably got 4 of them, but they got top 15, they got 3, and you did just fine.
Well, let's talk about Colorado too, because it's the same.
Yeah,
we shut down Colorado well enough that game too, and played well there.
Right, so it's more of a consistency thing.
Yeah, you said frustrating. I say maddening because it doesn't make sense to me how from one game to the next. Now, sometimes you have a hangover from games like that, right? Tough, close game.
Yeah,
probably didn't get a few of the calls that you'd hope are no-brainers that you'd get. So sometimes you have that hangover, but the hangover can't last 4 games.
Yeah, and the thing is like with USC is the 2 plays, I call it compound interest, right? Whereas, the bomb where somehow we lost contain. He throws it up. And you know what? Those are hard. I will tell you this, and this is coming from experience now, right?
Yeah.
So I don't ever get on air and be like, I never got beat or messed up. Sometimes those are hard to judge because the ball seems like it's up there and never. So tracking the ball can
hit off something,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's chalk it up to a lucky play. The next play, obviously, that cannot happen ever. You know, like the play that I'm not mad at is like when Hartzog on the deep, like he ran like an out, but he threw it from one side of the field to the other, and he went for the pick, and he should have just put a high hand up, made the tie. I'm fine with that. You want to know why I'm fine with that? Because you're competing. I'm fine with that because when you play against good teams, you're going to get beat, and you're going to beat them. So I think it's more just the consistency has probably got people more frustrated because you can't say it's been like that all year because you played against the best. Colorado probably has Colorado and Ohio State. Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably has the best receiving cores in the nation. And if they're not the best, they're easily top. They're in the top 4, and neither one of them are 4. So they're 2 and 3 or 1 and 2, 1 and 3. There's none of them 4th. So you know you can do it. So I think that's probably where a lot of the frustration comes from, because if you're at the pinnacle, if you're at the apex of the best, and you've raised your level, and I'm not here to hear that like Ohio State was at 11, they're not motivated. They just lost the game against Oregon, and let me tell you something, Ohio State in Ryan Day, you think he pretty much was like being asked about his job all week.
Right.
So if you don't think that intensity was ramped up, not sure. Is it the same maybe as going on Penn State? Not. But they weren't out there just saying, oh, okay, we're just going to play this game close and we'll get down to the last possession. Now, at halftime, I can guarantee you guys are saying we got to wake up, we got to get going. So Nebraska withstood their best shot. So now it's like you show me you can do it.
Yep.
But you haven't shown you can do it on a consistent basis.
Yep.
So maybe, Bill.
Man, there's always a game off. Always a maybe.
That was the game off. It's game on come Saturday.
I hope so.
We just locked down.
We just can't fall behind because we're not a catch-up team. We're not going to score a bunch of points. That's not how we're put together.
Do you see? I think the rhythm on offense was better. The rhythm, things that went like,
especially the first half.
Right. I think the rhythm was better. I think I think there will be an uptick in points this week. Now,
we scored 13.
Yeah, I think there'll be an uptick in points. I think it's the first time calling plays is probably in all. I think there'll be an uptick.
Yeah, and
everything would stand and being, And
to be honest with you, I think Dylan's going to have another week under that system to be able to understand that rhythm and what he's looking for, because there were some changes in the scheme to help him kind of force him out of his habits of throwing the dump off passes all the time.
Right. And that's where people have to be careful, because last year, all 3 of our quarterbacks used to play kick rocks with the football. Right.
Yeah.
So part of the reason why you do the check down is because he values the football. So I'm not going to use that against him.
I know, but how many wide receivers have been wide open?
I agree,
downfield
and we missed a couple.
Oh
right.
boy,
right, we missed a couple, and that and he'll tell you that. But as an 18, 19-year-old freshman, I'd rather you take care of the football than be overzealous with it.
But the difference between last year and this year is you had quarterbacks that could escape with their feet too, which created a dynamic that caused problems for defenses, which this year we don't have that.
Sure.
So we need you to be extra special throwing that ball.
Yeah. I mean, it's a unique process. I think if we were, what are we, 5-10? If we were 7-3, wouldn't even really care.
No.
The fact that we're 5-5.
Man, let's be honest. If it was 6-4, we still wouldn't be caring as much.
Wouldn't be caring as much. And
but
so
now we're looking at
a win would change a lot of things. And we shall see.
But I'm still hopeful.
I think
every week I'm hopeful when I get stabbed.
I still think they're going to win the game until proven otherwise.
I hope so. I really do.
And it's
Wisconsin. Let's be honest. That'd be a cherry on top. I know we've never beat USC, but I don't really care about USC. Wisconsin.
The only good thing in Wisconsin is bratwurst and spotted cow beer. That's it.
Cheese.
And you would know.
Cheese. Yes.
Cheese is great.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only good thing in Wisconsin. The big old lumberjacks coming down here. So we got Yeah, we got to figure it out, man. I think it's going to be a battle though.
Oh, of course, you got the big boys. I
Yeah.
mean, Wisconsin is the epitome of what Big Ten is.
Yeah.
I mean, big boys pushing you around, trying to run the football. Even with Luke Fickell there, still trying to do that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they start and how their new coordinator goes about their business, and how we just I think the biggest thing Nebraska can do is take care of your own business, and if they take care of their own business, that'll go a long way to beating Wisconsin. Then you got to make some plays.
And it's the last time. I mean, this is senior day.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it. This is last time a lot of those boys are going to be playing in stadiums. So
yeah, I said
time to show out.
I said if you care about any of the older guys, and it's commendable for those guys to be here, the one they've been here for a long time. I think they had 3 coaches, so they were probably with Nice Mike Frost, and then obviously Coach Rule. It'd be nothing better than those young guys play their best game for them. Yeah. And hopefully lead them to victory or help be a big part of that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty special.
Yeah. Then going to Iowa and beating them would be icing on the cake.
Oh, now you're just playing with my emotions.
Yeah, come on, Santa. You can't make promises before Christmas.
Hey, listen.
Is that the gift you're giving me for Christmas?
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, you beat Iowa. I'm telling you, boy, it might be that December 16th at the North Walmart might be off the chain.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So heck, beating Wisconsin, we might be able to. So appreciate you stopping in, Bill. We'll have you in more often, obviously leading up to December 16th and after that in the future. But it's good to have you in, man. It's a good insight on football as well.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah.
And thanks for being on my board.
Yeah, man. It's I'm looking forward to the 16th, and so we'll as we get closer, and every week we'll keep telling people about it. But we're going to take a quick break. We're Old School with my man Bill Mishner. We'll be right back.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 26th is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At Koppel Chevrolet GMC, we are thankful for so many things this year, starting with our great employees, a generous community, our military personnel, and most importantly, our loyal customer base that continues to drive that money-saving mile of Louisville. Hi, this is Sean Callahan, and on behalf of everybody at Koppel, we want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and safe travels to wherever they may take you. Happy holidays from Koppel Chevrolet GMC.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring a friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, this deal ends soon.
See Home Club for details.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Kawasaki dealership. Score big on Kawasaki's all-new Ridge lineup. The Ridge XR, the Ridge HVAC, and the Ridge Limited, all built to take on your day with a full factory cab, including heat and AC. Stop by Indian Motorcycle of Lincoln today and rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of November. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln at 27th and I-80.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealer, invites you to attend our upcoming Parts and Service Expo events. It's the best time to buy parts and schedule inspections all year. Take advantage of specials through December 13th with additional savings the day of your local expo. Find savings on oil and filters, gifts for under the tree, and pre-ordered John Deere parts. Visit with our trained and certified technicians and sign up for our winter service specials. Visit landmarkimp.com for a complete schedule and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Starter Heyman Jewelers. My grandpa Don always made sure that our diamonds are the most exceptional you could find in the world. That's why we're introducing our exclusive Heartland Diamond Collection. If you're ready to add some sparkle to your life that you can see from across the room, the Heartland Diamond is for you. Stop in to Starter Heyman to see for yourself. Until next time, happy shopping, guys.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, showers likely throughout the day. It'll be breezy too. An afternoon high around 59. Tonight, showers likely early and partly cloudy. The low around 41. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies return. It'll be breezy with a high around 51. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What up? We're back. Jay Foreman, DP, Austin Norman. Got my man Bill staying one more segment here. Quick segment here, Bill. We were talking on the break, Indiana and what they've done. And then obviously the whole landscape of college football. And then we talked a little Colorado, of course, and different schools. And so do you think it's a magic potion or do you think it's just by chance? Do you think, here's the question I want to ask you. Do you think college football, take the knowns out, the Georgias, the Ohio States, we'll even throw Oregon in there, Bama/Texas. We don't know yet. But just like the 5 to 10 knowns, do you think college football for the rest of the teams will be like 2 or 3 year periods where you make that run?
So you're talking like the Indianas and stuff.
Indiana's 1 year. Let's just assume they probably might not be 10-0 next year. They'll be say 7-3. That's still great. People will be like, oh, we're not good enough. But still 2 year period where you're really doing some great things. 2-3 year period. And then, obviously, who knows, you might lose a coach, but transfer portal, X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I think it becomes a lot harder with the transfer portal to stick further than 2 years.
Right.
I mean, it's just hard. How do you keep the players in play when, let's be honest, there's tampering, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. How do you keep it all together in this day and age? I mean, coaching now has become 10 times harder than it was during Tom Osborne's era, because these things you don't worry about. You just did your business.
You couldn't go anywhere.
You took care of business. Now everything's different.
Yeah.
So, for the powerhouses, it makes sense because they've been here for how long? They were powerhouses before the NIL. They're continue to be the powerhouses because they have the money, they have the national championships. But for programs even like Nebraska, how do you find the way to continue to compete, to make yourself relevant and to do it more than 2 years?
Right. Yeah. It's a tricky. I think the best thing that can happen for schools like Nebraska, say like the middle part of the pie or whatever, or the rankings, is if there is some sort of collective bargaining when there are employees, because there will be more. It won't be as one-sided. So if I'm paying you NIL and you choose to leave, right? Whether you get, now that they will potentially start getting bonuses, well, then you'll be able to get some of that back. So you won't just be able to come, get money, and leave. Like, I don't know if you remember the offensive lineman that starts for Alabama. His last name Proctor. He was there. He transferred. He went to Alabama initially, went to Iowa for like a week or two, got like $150,000, and then went back in the portal, ended up back in Bama. Well, some of that would be paid back, or some of that wouldn't even, you could penalize another school for tampering, all that, potentially, if they're employees. I think it would be a two-way street in theory. In reality, for the players, you have to have some union reps, both locally, state, both regionally, conference-wise, nationally, holistically, because you're going to be dealing in the world of business that you haven't been dealing with. They've been doing business like this, regardless. Now they're doing just a different type of business, as far as like the schools and athletic departments. They've been doing business for hundreds of years. You're just getting started. So that's also going to be, that's another part of it. But I think just as far as the relationship with players and them, being able to retain guys not getting too comfortable, meaning if I start out at number 3 or number 2 on the depth chart and say, I don't know, just say my NIL is $10 for that year, but I outplay $10, then I can go get more, and it's probably worth it. Versus I come in and coming from high school and I'm getting $500, and I play out like I'm worth $5, and I can go somewhere else and I might not get 500, but I'll get another 300. Then I go somewhere else, get another 300. So I think that could really help Nebraska. Then obviously getting some guys. It's a weird mix of portal guys with enough time to kind of leave some sort of mark, a good mark on the program, but then also having enough young guys that can also take that and then grow from that as well.
Yeah, because you got to have experience.
Right.
You can't have a full team full of true freshmen running a team. Our offense shows what a bunch of true freshmen look like out on the field. There's a lot of mistakes because they're all young. So you do need that balance. So I like what you're saying. And it will be interesting to see how they're going to navigate that, because let's be honest, they didn't navigate the NIL very well when it first came out.
Right.
I mean, you could have put things into place that could have protected both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So then programs are not losing student athletes all the time,
right?
Because they're frustrated because they feel like they're worth more. Whatever.
Right.
I don't have to prove my value. This is my value. So if you can get some sort of collective bargaining agreement that your value can grow or decline based upon performance, then I think people are going to work harder.
Yeah, and I mean, because then it'll create that you're still getting more than I ever got or anybody did 8 years ago. So you're working with house money. Now you got to really, really work for it, and that's probably what everybody really wants. And the coaches, I think it'll help coaches. I think the coaches will be able to coach better, but then also it would put more pressure on the coaches to coach better too, which is great because they get paid a ton of money too. So
yeah,
it's hard to coach and try to coach hard, and you coach hard and somebody's feelings get hurt. Somebody asked me about feelings like today, and I said in sports there is no feelings, not a lot. Like you got feelings for your family and your kids and stuff, but if it's not personal, there shouldn't be any feelings because it's all about how you play and the expectations. And also a lot of times if somebody's getting frustrated or coaching you hard, it's because you can be better.
Right. Yeah, they're seeing what you're not putting onto the field. Yeah, the product doesn't match that expectation level, or even your own. A lot of times,
it shouldn't. Your expectation level as a player should be way higher than any coach, because you should never reach it.
Right.
You also understand, folks coming to college in most cases have no concept of that until they get here, because they've been told for first 17, 18 years of their life that they were special. They went to special camps, special coaches. The mom and dad hugged and gave them every new pair of shoes, and every girl that was in place absolutely hugged on them. It's them other dudes, the dudes that didn't get those things that tend to listen. We call it dog, But the reality is we're responsible for the product that we keep delivering.
Yeah.
And at some point we just have to say, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's great. I mean, I think that's great and all and stuff. Like they've been told that. I mean, that's an easy excuse. But when you're like, if I came in at 17 or 18 and I'm 21, like I don't want to hear that anymore. Like if I'm in the line, I ain't trying to hear that. I don't care what you did in 7-on-7 league. Like, and I mean, I get it. It does take some. Nick Saban used to say they get them in there and they de-star them. Pretty much, Coach Osmond, you break you down and then build you back up. But part of it is, it's not really even when people hear like, oh, we're going to break freshmen down. All it is just getting you into our system and getting you to kind of walk and chew gum and be involved in the team concept. You're not hazing them. You're not making them run. You're not dropping them off in the middle of a corn. You're not doing that stupid stuff that you think you see on the movies. Really, it's just more or less getting you here and understanding, yeah, it was great. What you
You're
did.
not taking them to Gettysburg.
Wait. Remember the Titans didn't happen?
Yeah.
No,
You know, that actually
maybe
did.
did. Yeah, maybe back in the day, but in reality, you're not doing it. Number one, because they got cell phones and Uber, so you can get picked up anyway. I just think it's hard for kids sometimes to get into that reality because a lot of kids right now love getting recruited. Not a lot of them love to play.
No,
that's why the portal is so appealing because you can go in the portal and get ice cream and cupcakes.
Well, and the problem,
but sooner or later that stuff spoils though, and your stomach starts to hurt.
But how do you coach and be able to give a reality check to some of these kids and really bench them if they need to be benched because they're not playing to that 5-star or 4-star whatever level. But here's the thing: you're worried that if I am too hard on you, where are you going?
That's
Transfer
fine.
portal.
Because if you're thinking about leaving because you played bad,
how many coaches in reality though are scared of that scenario?
I'm pretty sure it crosses their mind, and you don't want guys to leave, so it does cross your mind. But everybody's been pulled. Michael Jordan's been pulled from a game. Phil Jackson's pulled him. Doug Collins pulled him. LeBron's been pulled.
Yeah, I know, but you're going back a little ways.
Okay, Steph Curry's been pulled. Okay, I mean, Tom Brady's been pulled.
Clay Thompson was like we can lean in that direction.
Clay Thompson guys right now has been pulled. Right? Everybody's been pulled, but that's not a problem. What the problem is if you get pulled and you just go on they will never give you a chance to be back. Now, if you're going to leave, if you get Coach Hart and you're going to leave, where are you going to go? I mean, where are you going to go? Like, you going to go play for Nick Saban or Kirby Smart or Steve Sarkisian? Listen, Arch Manning went in the game and was playing scrub time, and he made 3 or 4 mistakes in a row. Steve Sarkisian just went and he wasn't even the starter. Okay.
Highly paid backup, though.
Sure. Hold on. Did he go?
No.
Okay, then.
No, but to be honest with you, let's be honest. Do you think that family's going to allow him to be entitled like that and stomp his feet and leave?
Yes.
You think that would happen?
That's what Granddaddy did for his uncle.
But that's Granddaddy. But I don't think his dad would do that. His dad didn't.
Who, Cooper?
Play.
You talking about Cooper, Manny? Or who are you talking about?
You talking about Cooper? Because you remember Archie told 7 teams, "Do not draft my son because I think he's better than you."
Oh, you're talking Peyton. I'm talking Arch.
Yeah, here's my thing. I think it's in the same family.
Yeah,
and that he has a different standard already in that he's got to live up to a name that exists. And that part of it, how that family works, bravo. Whatever they do, keep doing what you do. It's like the Ball family. I don't have to agree with it, but the youngest one has to pay the price of all the older ones. And it's interesting times.
Yeah, I just think I don't think he'd leave. I think he ain't play good. And if you know Cooper Manning, he talking to him worse than that. Because Cooper, besides Peyton and Eli, he the one that had the most dog in him.
Yeah.
He the only one that didn't play quarterback. So, I mean, it's part of the deal. It sucks. But we got to go to break, man. Austin's over here breaking us,
he's
reluctantly. Anyway, Jay Foreman, DP, Bill, Austin. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through November 24th, enjoy bone-in turkey breast for $1.99 per pound, 8-ounce USDA choice boneless ribeyes for $8.99 each, whole boneless Carver ham for $4.48 per pound, and call 402-486-6611 to place your holiday orders today. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Beecham from Brand Lincoln Podcast and Perch Merch, your go-to in Lincoln for printing and promotional needs. Speaking of that, we are running a huge hoodie sale now through November 30th to save you big money on great brands. 20% off everything from Nike and Bella Canvas pullovers to Gildan and Port & Company sweatshirts and district fleeces. Get yours for your group or organization today by calling us at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 26th is $3 off on bacon, 25% off hanger steaks, 20% off all summer sausage, and 20% off all cheeses. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Highway 2 in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Midwest Bank is hosting our annual Thanksgiving food drive, partnering with local Lincoln schools to provide Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. We hope to provide meals for more than 120 families in our community this year. You can help by dropping off a donation at either Midwest Bank location, 7001 Pioneers Boulevard or 2655 Jamie Lane. Any donation is greatly appreciated. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello? Yeah, you're going to have to, Austin, you're going to have to be the guy at the airport with the, you got to land this ship in 3 minutes.
Austin.
You got to get this, thing into the port in 3 minutes, bro.
Tom Chattel has been warned that we're having good conversation.
2 minutes and 40 seconds, Austin Orman.
Tom hey, man, you tell Tom Chattel this. I saw him in the Omaha airport, and I gave him the universal what's up, and he kept it moving.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I forgot to tell you that.
Recently?
It was during the season.
Ooh. Dang.
He was being Tom Chattel, though.
He was going so. He was
being Tom Chattel.
Did Tom write something nasty about you or something back in the day? You and Tom good?
Yeah, we good. I like Tom.
Well,
Yeah.
it's better than him and Sipple because Jay's still a little bitter that Sipple never wrote about him in college.
Here's
Oh,
no,
he
he
is
did. No, he
sussy.
did.
He is sussy about it.
Here's what Simple said. Simple came up to me one day. He's like, "Yeah, you were all right. Like, get out of my face, man."
Yeah, coming from Rudy. Coming from Rudy. It's
He's
like,
like,
Simple, you're 5 foot nothing, you weigh 100 nothing.
Hey, the best part, Bill, he kind of shrugged. He's like, "Yeah, you were okay."
Oh, at some point,
man, Simple almost got DDT.
That's my thing. Somebody once told him he was a great boxer and a pretty good athlete, and he believed him. And
I
he
can see
believed
Simple
him.
boxing. He got big. He got to look like he got a hard head. Don't he?
Again.
He got that
Read
little
it right. He's got a hard head or not?
This movie is not called Rudy.
Simple's all right with me, man. He all right with me.
Come on.
He all right with me, man. Anyways, good show, man. Bill, we appreciate you stopping in. December 16th out at North Walmart. Give the
website. Give the
Go
website.
ahead, Bill, give the website.
It's LincolnLighthouse.org.
Donate. Put the Christmas event on there. Want to raise $10,000 a month or more. $100 gift card for at least 100 kids or more. Appreciate you stopping in. We'll have you in more often, and we're going to get it cracking on the 16th as well. Anyways, we're signing off for the old school crew along with Bill. We will holler at you tomorrow.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Stevens & Smith Construction is a full-service, employee-owned concrete company that specializes in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've been a leader in the concrete industry since 1971, with nearly 250 employees combining for more than 2,000 years of service.